How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So recently, my wife and I went to Chicago, Illinois to visit the Field Museum. While we were there, we visited the fossil Pokemon exhibit because that's currently going on. And so because of that, I'm being joined by my wife because
Hello there.
yeah, the last time we did a fossil Pokemon video, it was the two of us. So it feels fitting to have it be the two of us again to discuss our trip to the fossil Pokemon exhibit.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much how we can that's how we can sum it up. Like that's the end of the video. It was awesome.
Okay, well, bye guys. Roll the
See,
credits.
yep, laters. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through all of like some of the pictures that we took while on this trip, and we're just going to discuss things about them. We're going to discuss all the really cool fossil Pokemon, the really cool exhibits, and like their comparison to like the real life fossils. So that sound good?
Sounds good.
Right, let's do it. So here is our first image. We have a little Pikachu right here riding an Aerodactyl.
I think so.
Is that his name?
We should have pulled up the list of like their names actually.
So yes, it is Aerodactyl, which is obviously a Pokemon that is at the very least partially inspired by pterosaurs. So
Did you know that there's actually a fossil that was discovered, and since all paleontologists are basically nerds, they named it after this. So that was really, so now officially it's real, I guess.
it's both like a fossil Pokemon and a fossil. It's like
Yeah.
an actual thing. That's good. That's good. That's what I like to see. But first of all, I think this kind of like really started out like this established just how cool a lot of these sculptures were in the exhibit, because this was really cool.
Everything was like life size, so that was really cool. And
Yeah.
it was really packed in there. Like we got like the first openings at 9 o'clock, and then like we like went in there, and there's already like a crazy old line. So
Yeah, it was kind of insane in there. We didn't even get to see this stuff.
no,
What was this stuff over here?
I think that was for Pokemon Go. It was a lot of like interactive things,
Uh,
but I wish we would have
yeah, there was like
did more of that.
yeah, there was like a huge crowd over there, and we couldn't really weasel our way into there, so we just went to the right, which had some pretty cool stuff all around. Let's see if we can see those.
Oh, that was
This
cool.
guy was cool. This was just a Nyctosaurus that was just randomly here, and it looked beautiful. I have never seen like a better Nyctosaurus reconstruction than this one right here. Like look at the detail in the pycnofibers over here. The beak looked really cool too, and look at that crest with the black and white. It, it was just there. It was just there randomly, and I think it was meant to be like what the comparison for the Aerodactyl.
Yeah,
Yeah, or that's right.
yeah.
Aerodactyl.
It's just funny because it's like it's so dragon-like, but it's just like
Yeah.
again for the time when this is it's for Gen 1. So that was back in like 1998, 1999. So it's like again the depictions, and also they're Pokemon, so
Yeah.
they're gonna have some free liberties with
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they're mostly just inspired by these creatures. They're not like meant to be like one for one reconstructions. But this kind of like highlights one of the main things that this exhibit did, and that's they had like the fossil Pokemon, and then they had like its real world counterpart to like as just a nice little comparison. But seriously, like this is like the coolest Nyctosaurus reconstruction ever.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and then here's
Yeah.
the little like information cards like again showing their like real life counterparts, and I thought that was really cool. And then showing with the whole like Jurassic Park with the Amber, how you find that Pokemon is like you have to basically make it come alive with the Amber. Sorry, I'm not good with
Kind of
words.
clone it basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Aerodactyl. And yeah, wow. So it's like, this is probably pointing out the fact that Aerodactyl is like a mixture of a few different pterosaurs.
Oh yeah. Especially I like how they put what Dimorphodon is like the tail and stuff will show like that
Yeah.
similarities and
The
stuff.
teeth of Dimorphodon, the tail of Dimorphodon, the crest of Pteranodon, and even the crest of Nyctosaurus down here too. Very
I
cool stuff.
I highly recommend taking pictures. If you go there, take pictures of these information cards because it's kind of hard to read them all while you're there because there's like a line behind you. So
Yeah.
just a little heads up. My
Yeah.
boy, my beloved. If you follow my content, you see him all the time on my TikTok because we go see a lot of dinosaur stuff. So look at
Yeah.
my
This
archaeology.
skeleton was big.
Yes,
This was like way, and they're meant to be life sized, right? You said?
yes, all of them are
Yeah.
life size.
I wasn't expecting it to be as big as it was. And obviously the real life counterpart for this fella Archeops,
Yes,
yeah, is Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx was not as big as this guy. This guy was like larger than our 2-year-old daughter.
even like the pre-evolution Archin, I think I'm saying that correct, but if not, we'll correct it. But anyway, it's like the size of a small dog. It's probably bigger than our dog Chihuahua. Like, so, but it's that's how Pokemon is. It always has to be like relatively like shoulder size at first, and then they get huge and
You
they're like,
larger.
yeah, they're like 3 feet tall and stuff. So it's like or
I, w-
larger.
I was seriously surprised with how big it was. Kind of sad it doesn't have a wishbone though.
Oh, that would have been
That would
cool.
that would have been a cool addition.
I
But
guess a lot of times those there's like in these information cards they'll state like this is just the Pokemon paleontologist idea of like what they're like not fully accurate, that they're just based off of what fossils they have and stuff, because later down the line when we see Aurora, or it's probably saying that wrong. I'm really bad at Pokemon names. I'm sorry. I do love them so much, but yeah, they state that clearly, being like, they're not fully correct.
hmm, okay. Well, it's all just perched here on a log, and it was a very cool first skeleton reconstruction. And then here's Archon.
Yeah.
This guy was a lot closer to actual Archaeopteryx size. It was a lot smaller. It was just in like a display case right in front of the Archeops. It was
So
cute.
so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. I love him so much. Like he's adorable.
Does he have a wishbone? I can't tell. I don't know if I have the correct angle.
Maybe.
Interesting.
He just
And then
loses
here,
it.
here he is at a different angle. Again, he was big. He was a lot bigger than I expected him to be. But here is the beautiful little Archaeopteryx reconstruction. Because, like I said, they compare them. they have like little replicas of the actual dinosaurs to compare them with, and I love the Field Museum Archaeopteryx.
Yes, it was really cool, especially if you like do this exhibit first and then go to the actual dinosaur exhibit, because they have the actual fossil on display.
Yeah, the Chicago specimen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
super cool.
yeah, and like they have an area, and I'm sure that if you guys already saw my like my Chicago Museum video, you probably already heard me talk about it. But there's an area dedicated to Archaeopteryx in the rest of the museum, and their reconstruction of Archaeopteryx looks like this. This is basically an example of the Chicago Archaeopteryx, and I just love it because you have like some blacks mixed in with some whites and then some blue on the snout. That's like in my head, that's what Archaeopteryx looks like now. And again, you can like it's right here, and then you can compare it to Archaeops over there, which is like a mutant compared to the little guy. Look at that. Yep. I'm huge.
It's just like what? There's probably like it would take up like 30 of them to just make
Yeah,
like the length of it.
basically. Again, I was not like because you've carried this little guy around quite a bit, and this is more so the size that I was picturing.
No,
Uh,
it's lies, deception. It's funny how Archon can't fly, but somehow when it evolves is
like
able
it
to
can
fly.
now.
Yeah.
That's evolution.
Well, it's kind of cool because fossil Pokemon, they're uh a lot of Pokemon will be like dinosaurs, but like what makes a fossil Pokemon is like the significance to actual paleontology. So this is like in the Pokemon universe is like one of their first birds, like dinosaurs and stuff. So that's why, again, when this was made, like that was the thought that Archeops was like the first, or I'm not saying the name right, but anyway, was the first actual bird-like dinosaur.
That's pretty much true for Archaeopteryx in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. Archaeopteryx was the first like evidence of a bird in the fossil record preserved with feathers and everything. and it's often called like a transitional fossil because it has traits of both non-bird dinosaurs and bird dinosaurs. So it's kind of like seen as like an in-between, so to speak, of those two lineages. Although I think it is considered an actual true bird. So would Archaeops be a true bird?
I think so. Well, in like the Pokemon records, yes, it's like considered like yeah, one of the first bird-like dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah, so everything like the reasons why fossil Pokemon's become fossil Pokemon is based off of actual true like paleontology stuff. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool though.
And it's really fun to dive into that stuff because you like hear things and it's like, oh yeah, I see where they got that idea from. Oh, here's another angle of the Chicago reconstruction of Archaeopteryx that again I just love. We actually know a little bit of the coloration of Archaeopteryx, just a little bit of the wing, and it's like a matte black. Man, I can't speak. A matte black coloration that you can see right here. We don't know what the rest of it looked like, and so that's up to artist interpretation. And I just love this take right here. I think it is a fantastic, like, solid take.
It's really nice. I love it a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's a picture of it. I could have just I
It's
could have
just
just waited a little bit. But man, just look how beautiful it is. I love it so much.
oh, this was cool.
Okay, and I think I only got video of these guys, but these are like fossil Pokemon turtles that are like based off of Archelon and whatnot.
Yes, I wish
Tortuga. And then there's an actual fossil of a turtle right there.
they're really cool. This is like Gen 5, like it seems with Archeops is like this is like the other fossil Pokemon that you could get. And I think I even had it when I played Pokemon Black and White. I can't remember like exactly if I got Archeops or him, but yeah, these are really cool. Especially I guess these are supposed to represent like police officers when they evolve, like their designs have some elements into like because the evolution has like kind of the police vest and like with the blue coloration and stuff because again these Pokemon were like found in the or like they're in Unova, so that's like based off the United States, so pretty cool little tiny information
Yeah.
for my Pokemon fans out there.
Um, was this meant to be Archelon? I can't remember. It doesn't. I don't know.
I
It
know
was.
the first
I think it was
evolution is
twos.
based off of like a letter back like prehistoric turtle, and then like I think it evolves into like I think what you just said. I do not.
Archelon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember if this skeleton specifically was meant to be Archelon, and I can't remember what Archelon's skeleton looks like off the top of my head. But I don't think this guy was large enough to be Archelon. The one that was hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, it was relatively small. There's like it's so cool just having like them just being so life size. Cause freaking look at him. Look at him. He's so
Yeah, so this is of course based off of an ammonite.
I think this is almost star. I think this is almost star.
Yeah, says so on that plate right there,
Okay.
the nameplate. Almost star. I think oh, there's a few, of course. Yeah, these guys are based off of ammonites right here.
Is
Then of course we have some real ammonites off to the side. Nice comparison right there. Really not much of a difference in terms of the shell. Like they have that very iconic spiral look to them. They're obviously they're just a little bit anthropomorphized right here.
the reason why they did almost star and I think why can't I think of the first evolution? I can't think of his name. I feel
Maybe we
bad.
actually got its nameplate in the
Yeah, it's
Omanite.
Almanite. I should have. I feel because Almanite's so cute. I don't know why. But anyway, this is
There's
like
the actual there's the fossil Pokemon fossil.
yes, it's really cool. And then like I really was happy that they did that because it makes you feel like when you played the games and stuff, like seeing it in real life and seeing how big it is instead of like how tiny it is, like in the game. But
Coelacanth, ladies
yeah,
and gentlemen. This is the coelacanth right here, and here is its fossil Pokemon counterpart, right? Like staring it down, basically. What is the fossil Pokemon name for this coelacanth fella? I can't see the nameplate. I didn't get a good angle.
I'll be honest, I don't know. Actually, this is not a true like fossil Pokemon. It's like one of those living fossils. Yeah, I think you could find these in like or like water when you're fishing and stuff. But is I haven't actually caught one, so don't judge me. I don't. I'm playing through all the games again, so
It's funny how much they didn't really change. Like they didn't change much about
No.
it. That looks like if I saw that, if I saw a picture of that, I'd say, oh, that's stylized version of a coelacanth. Although I think that's pretty much true for almost all of the fossil Pokemon, if I'm being honest.
And it's cool because it's actually the size comparisons is true to like the
Yeah.
living counterpart. So,
Yeah, as you can see right here,
yeah.
there's not much of a difference between the coelacanth over here and the Pokemon coelacanth over there. Relicanth. Gosh. Relicanth, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who's getting angry at me. Yeah, and then there is the star of the show right here.
Your boy, your favorite.
Yeah, this is something that we were certainly really excited to see. Of course, Tyrantrum, who is by default the coolest fossil Pokemon ever.
You didn't hear that.
So I made sure that I took a picture with Tyrantrum, and he's kind of smaller than you would expect as well. Like I wasn't really expecting him to be as small as he was.
Yeah.
But he was still very cool.
It's because they still need to travel along with these, like, well, okay, I should take that back because there's Pokemon that are freaking massive. They could have made him a little bit bigger, but it's fine. He's freaking awesome in perfection. I still, even though Archeops is my favorite, doesn't mean I don't love Tyrantrum too. Tyrant's my favorite. I'm waiting until we get to him next, but we'll talk about Tyrantrum for a little bit.
You know, let's see if we can get like a. There we go. There's a little bit of an angle, and it's interesting how they did the bones. It's like everything's all just fused together.
Yes.
You don't have any separation in the specific digits, or even the separation from the ulna and radius and the humerus. It's all together.
Pokemon anatomy doesn't. I think your shirt's more accurate though, because your shirt.
It is.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, there's I don't know if you here. Let's see if I can zoom in.
Yeah, we got.
Let's see. You can actually see on my shirt that there is separation in the limbs. You got like a radius and an ulna, and then you also have a humerus, which is completely separate from it. He even has a wishbone. He has a wishbone here. Look at that. He's got a wishbone, and he doesn't have a wishbone in the exhibits.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
It's
Not okay.
we wanted full blown accuracy.
The shirt turned out to be better. The shirt turned out to be better than the exhibits. Still, it's very cool though.
He's freaking massive. He's so cool. I love that he has like the crest and stuff. Like,
yeah,
you know.
and I like how you can kind of. Let's see if I can get a better angle of that. Like I'm sure you kind of looks like he actually has close to like post-orbital horns and lacrimal horns, as well as a little bit of a nasal ridge, which is all around pretty true to what Tyrannosaurus Rex has in life, which is obviously one of the main inspirations for Tyrantrum.
It's just perfection.
Yeah, it's still very cool, you know, despite the fact that it's just a fused blob in its arm and legs. It's still very cool.
Yeah, they're just a little bit inconsistent. Well, how I stated earlier, the Pokemon paleontologist knows that they're not fully accurate.
Yeah, but there's like certain things about anatomy that just.
Yeah, you're like,
Like, you know, if I had like a solid blob in my arm, I don't think I'm gonna be able to move it too much.
Yeah, there's like no
just...
joint or anything. But no, he's so perfection. He's so good.
Nah, it's still like this is definitely. I'm just poking a little bit of fun. This is nothing against the people who made these. These are really cool, and they were seriously so cool to see up close. Speaking of Tyrunt, I saw there. Of course, there was Tyrunt right next to him.
I love him so much. I guess he's super ornery and he like kind of chills out when he like turns into Tyrantrum. But it's funny because if you read one of the information cards, is that Tyrantrum's like a bubblehead, like after because his head's so huge compared to his body, and they say how Tyrunt is like his proportions are better. So I thought that was really funny.
Or I thought it was the other way around. I thought that Tyrunt had too big of a head. Or am I misremembering?
I think you're misremembering, but like we could always go back to the information card and prove that I'm wrong.
I think Here
we go.
Oh, that's some information about T-Rex right there. Of course.
I like how they did the T-Rex though, because it still was like accurate, but it's like still like cheapified for like Pokemon's like art style, and I thought it was super cute. I was like, I love the art style that they did for the information cards.
Here's some. Although the restoration machine gets us close, restoration machine. Now we know.
Uh,
Some Pokemon scholars believe that restored fossil Pokemon are not fully accurate representations of how they were in ancient times. For example, some believe that white feathers that surround Tyrunt's jaw and neck are meant to cover the entire body. I remember reading that
that was
actually.
cool.
Oh, here it is. Tyrunt's head is large in proportion to its body, making yes, it is Tyrunt. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was so
I
stupid.
remembered
I'm all,
something. Yes.
I'm like, sorry guys, I remembered that wrong. I had
Um,
no switch, and I was so confident in saying that Dino guy was wrong.
yeah, and so he becomes a lot more proportionate when he
Uh,
gets older, which you can see right here.
I
Yeah.
feel, I feel like Tyron's perfect.
Well, look at that big old noggin.
He's so cute,
Yeah, but it's a big head.
and his little body. He's like his body's like
Now that's cute.
he
That's
is cute.
cute.
He is
That is the
cute.
that is the definition of perfection. You look up perfect in the dictionary, it's a picture of Tyrantrum right here. This one specifically.
Yes.
And it's not even a good picture either. It's like a really out of focus picture that somebody just rushed, but I don't know what I'm saying.
It's like in Pokemon Snap. Like there's like a game where you take pictures of Pokemon, and it's like that's because they're getting chased by Tyrantrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's like the jaw fossil used to recreate Tyrantrum and Tyrunt. But also on top of all of that, there is a replica of the Sue skull, obviously used for comparison, which I thought was really cool. And it's also quite perfect to have Tyrantrum here at the Field Museum because Sue is being held at the Field Museum. So you can, when you're done with the fossil Pokemon exhibit, you can go upstairs and see the real thing, like the full skeleton.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
you have to do that. Please make sure to go through just even like you have to. It's so beautiful the whole display that they have for Sue. So
yeah.
we
And
like,
this
had
was
to
cool
drag him
too.
out there a couple times.
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time looking at Sue. It was awesome. Here's a little bit more of an angled picture of Tyrunt. He's also got like some post-orbital horns going on. But then as he grows, basically, or evolves rather, turns into really huge and significant crown.
He's so cute.
Oh look, this is like
Yeah.
the horseshoe crabs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a little fossil horseshoe crab, basically.
I can't remember what else they're based off of. But they're like,
Kabuto.
yeah, they're freaking cute. I like them a lot.
And then this guy.
Freaking his arms, freaking.
Looks like there was like a few inspirations for this guy. You have trilobites, horseshoe crabs, and eurypterids. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there should be a display case that, yes, there's a eurypterid fossil right there.
Which
And
is
then
better for Kabutops because of freaking the arms.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's a beautiful eurypterid too. It looks like it's in good shape. There's a beautiful trilobite right there. One of the thousands of species that we know about. There's another trilobite, another one of the thousands of species that we know about. And then there's a fossil horseshoe crab.
My boy! My boy! I freaking love him. I need a sitting cutie of him. I love him so much. I love him.
Anorith.
Yes, he's freaking perfection.
And it looks just like an Anomalocaris, that's just Pokemonified, basically.
I think this is some evidence of the first like prey, like predators, like eating, because like the arms and stuff.
Yeah, no, Anomalocaris is often thought to be one of the first like actual true main predators in its ecosystem. At one point, it was thought it was I don't know where we stand on this currently, but at one point it was thought to be able to crush through hard-shelled animals like trilobites. But more recently, I believe that we're more so thinking that their mouths were more suited for going after soft-bodied animals like fish. Still a predatory animal, but again, that looks really good. And there is a Anomalocaris fossil to the side that I'm not looking at in this video apparently.
Look at him.
He evolves into that
Yeah,
creature.
like basically like a.
I like
like
it
a-
less.
Yeah, okay. I think he's really like. I think he's good for gameplay for that. I don't remember what generation he is. Is his generation 3 for Hoenn? Anyway, I could be wrong. Guys, don't kill me, but I think it's Generation 3. But anyway, um, I think he's good like in the game, but I don't like his design as much, and for all the people that love him very much, I'm very sorry. But I'm like I just think he's like very cute in his first evolution, and I just kind of wish he took a different direction, but I don't know what else they could have done.
Sure.
But he's still cool though. He's very strong.
Yeah, surprise, surprise, I like the one that looks a lot more like the prehistoric creature.
I'm like, I just think they should have took like some other inspiration from something else to help his evolution. But
There's his little claw. There it is. There's the little anomalocaris arm.
so tiny.
Little feeler, whatever it's called. I'm not too sure.
Super hard to tell what I'm looking at.
You can see like there's basically like the appendage right here, and then there's little bristles or something like that right in here. What you would be looking at is this part
Okay.
of the animal, if that's what you're wondering. And these guys,
Yeah.
people got mad at us for not talking about them last time.
I'm sorry, I didn't know a lot of information about them, but we're gonna do it now. We're gonna talk about them because now I know a little bit more. But this is Lil Leap, and he's really cute, or she, like, you know, they're really cute.
Here's what they're based on.
Yes, they're sea lilies and they're animals and stuff, so they're really cool. I guess they eat through their like the face and stuff, the darkness, they're void, they're kind of, you think about it, it's kind of creepy, but like all Pokemon and all animals need to eat, so
Very interesting.
yeah.
We're back on to dinosaurs right here with Aurorus.
Yes.
The very, very beautiful Aurorus, who is obviously based off of a Margosaurus right here.
Last feature did the many interpretations of.
Yes. There's a Camarasaurus skull right there, and here's the front view of Aurorus. Interesting that they made this out of bone, because isn't that like really flexible in the show?
Yes, it is, and it's like more transparent. I think they just did it like, and I think that's why in the information cards are like, oh yeah, we know that this is not it. This would not be made out of bone, but we just did it for the thing. But like, it's really just like it's more skin like and stuff.
To be fair, if you just had like that's like the most recognizable trait
Of
about
this Pokemon.
yeah. So it's like if you remove those, it's like okay, well, that's a sauropod.
Yeah.
And, you know that. I guess it kind of vaguely looks like a Margosaurus, and it wasn't that big either. This guy, and there's a Mara, which is a cute little thing right there.
I hate it.
And also, here's a little bit more of the turtles, because I guess I didn't get footage of these over here. There's Tortuga and Caracosta.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, you can see like the police element in the like Caracosta's like shell and stuff. But yeah, Amoras are like they're very cute. I just the eyes kind of freak me out. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but like I love his like evolution though. I feel like it fixes my critique on the design for me. And a lot of people might kill me for that, but I'm gonna stay to my opinions.
But yeah, this one's cool. Aurorus is probably my second favorite fossil Pokemon, right after Tyrantrum, of course. It's cool.
Kind of close into like this real life counterpart is like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I think a Margosaurus was overall bigger than Aurorus from what we saw right here.
But I feel like it's actually really cool that they did pick this one to of all the sauropods to make a Pokemon. Like they chose like
Yeah, it's one that's got like a really distinctive feature, so
Yes.
it certainly makes sense. I can see why they did it. And again, they had like some other sauropod fossils back here. Like there was that Camarasaurus skull, and yeah, no Amargasaurus replicas or anything, which was kind of
No.
unfortunate. Because I would have really liked to see that.
I feel like it would have been helpful for a lot of the kids too.
Oh, but they actually found a fossil of the thing.
Okay, I don't know.
A sail fossil.
I never played the game, okay? This one I didn't play.
Oh, there's a brow horn
Oh,
for
that's cool.
Triceratops, so I know who we're seeing here in a second.
It's
Then there's a Protoceratops skull. Pretty cool.
It's kind of interesting how the order of like the generations are all out of order. Like, you know, it's like they're they're kind of everywhere because I think this is Gen 4.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Shieldon here.
Yeah.
And then Bastiodon.
I love him. I freaking want to get the sitting cutie of him, but God, freaking they're always out of stock in Yeah, look at him.
Look at that, man. You got like these horns that go out to the side and these huge things right here. His head was literally just a shield.
Did you know it's also based off of a castle? Like
I
they're
believe that.
yeah, because like those are like the little windows and stuff. So yeah, and then like Sheldon is like like a little shield that like a knight would have. So
Just check this out.
yeah,
Look at how flat that
it's
face
so
is.
flat. It's
It's
a
literally
pug.
just like it's just flat.
He's like a pug. Oh,
That is so wild. There's a picture of it.
he is pretty big. Like if you see him in real life, like
Yeah,
you go,
it was one of the larger exhibits
yeah.
that they had here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. There we go.
we have either a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus or Dracorex right here and a dome of a Pachycephalosaurid. That means that we're gonna see the Pachycephalosaur fossil Pokemon.
Uh,
See, they
Ramsey?
call it a young adult Pachycephalosaur, so they're going with that interpretation of the ontogenetic debate.
I would say like the Pokemon's name. I know it starts with R, but I Ramidus or something. I'm gonna.
That sounds right, but I'm not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know I'm saying it so wrong.
And there it is.
Look at him.
It looks a lot like a Pachycephalosaur. Got the
Yeah.
dome. You got the spikes on the back. It's bipedal, just like every bird. It's crazy.
He's huge.
Yeah,
He's
he was also big. He was bigger than I expected.
Yeah, look at him. Here we are. Yeah, this
Cranidos and Rampardos.
Rapardos. God, I can never say their names. Freaking
They literally just look like Pachycephalosaurs.
yes. I kind of wish that they put the first evolution like out on display too, but like again, this is a traveling like exhibit, so I'm like, but
Yeah.
this is so freaking cool. Like, look at him.
Well,
I like the
he gets
stance
individual joints.
because he gets that. Maybe that's his gets favoritism.
I mean, he doesn't have a radius and ulna, but he has a humerus separated from the wrists and
He can move his arms. Yeah, he's so
favoritism,
cool.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah. This is Gen 4.
There's this
Yeah.
cool wall right here that have skeletons that are a little bit more plausible with more
Yeah.
separation.
You could, yeah, look at their bones. And
Yeah. Now, this is the point where we reach the end of the fossil Pokemon exhibit, but of course there was still the gift shop. Now, before we attended this exhibit, there was one thing in particular that I really wanted to pick up. It was like a little here, I'll probably just get like it was a little Tyrantrum figure that had like the skeleton on the inside. Someone I follow on Instagram picked it up from the Field Museum and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go and get that. So we went, we showed them proof that we paid for the fossil for Pokemon exhibit, and we walk in and there's a bunch of stuff everywhere and the figure was nowhere to be found.
it was really I'm hoping when other people go that they have restock of things, but when we went it was like fully we went in what, June? So it's like freaking
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
God, it was so hard to get tickets for this, and that was already crazy enough. So we were able to get tickets in June, but like everything was sold out. I had so much hopes. I held off on buying a lot of the sitting cuties because I believed that they would be there. Because in like Japan, in their fossil Pokemon exhibit, they had plenty of these guys. So I thought I was gonna get all my favorite ones, and they said that you only have like 5 items that you could get per person, which is like for helping prevent scalpers. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I can figure this out. We can make this work.
Yeah.
None of the stuff that we
There's
wanted.
none.
None of the
Yeah.
stuff. And I guess it wasn't just us problem. Like his friend, like let's build a dinosaur. Or no, is it not?
Yeah, let's build a dinosaur.
Okay.
You talked with them, right?
Yeah.
About it? Yeah.
Yeah. He was all disappointed too because friggin' they didn't have all the stuff. Sorry. Yeah, but I was so disappointed. We got these cool shirts though. My shirt
Yeah.
has
I didn't get the Tyrantum figure, so I settled with the shirts.
yeah.
Um,
I think my shirt's cool because it has Tyrantrum and Archeops. Is mirrored, so it's hard to figure out. But Archeops and then like the fossil Pikachu. But we did get the fossil Pikachu for our daughter, and that was pretty expensive. There was just so many things that were just gone.
yeah.
So,
It was pretty pricey overall, the
Yeah.
gift shop. I'm gonna try to find that Tyrantrum figure somewhere. We even asked about it, and they said that it was sold out
Right
And
away.
Yeah, so It was a bit unfortunate. That was one of my main goals for the gift shop, but a Tyrantrum shirt works as well, so we'll take
Yeah.
that.
We'll take Tyrantrum and Archeops in their glory. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it just maybe go on the website, the Pokemon Center website, and like get your stuff. Then a lot of the things are kind of sold out on there, but you would have a better chance of just ordering it on their website because you're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. Or they had some really cool, like, paleontologist inspired like clothes that I wanted to get, and they were gone. So they just had the pajamas or
Yeah.
sweaters that were like $60. I'm like, it's hot right now. I don't.
It was so humid there.
Oh
We were there
God.
for like one of Chicago's hottest weeks. It was crazy.
Yeah, so in all the photos that you see me, I'm like my face was melting off because I wore makeup, and my hair was so frizzy because I was not built for that. I was so I thought going to Chicago it would be much cooler than in Colorado, like because it's so hot here right now. And no, it was hot. I was swimming in sweat.
Yeah, it was pretty diabolical.
But
But all around, how do we rate the fossil Pokemon exhibit? Did
I,
we enjoy it? Did we hate it?
I think the exhibit itself that gets a 10, or like like maybe a 9, because I kind of wish that I think in the Japan they have like full blown like skeletons of the real life counterparts, and I
Mm,
wish that there was more of that. But again, this is a tiny exhibit. It's not like a full blown museum dedicated for this. So, um, yeah, I think uh I would give it like a 9. But for the actual gift shop, that gets like a 5. There were some things, but I was very disappointed. But otherwise, it was really cool though to finally have like my like hyperfixation and his hyperfixation just like merge together and in the States, because I'm hoping that we get more of that. But I'll let you take it away.
yeah, it was great overall. It was just a really fun experience. Um, But I think that's pretty much all we have for this one then. So yeah, all around, again, we had a lot of fun with the fossil Pokemon exhibit. It was really such a treat to see these life-sized skeletons of fossil Pokemon and get some really cool like in-universe details posted on the signs and everything. So we certainly do recommend you check it out if you're ever in the Chicago area and if you're able to get tickets to it, which
Yes.
might be a battle in and of itself because I think this is a pretty popular exhibit currently. But that's pretty much all we have for this one.
Yes.
We want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And until next time, have an awesome day.
Bye, guys.